It was a lovely early evening in the town of Treasure Falls, and Mason was on his way to the castle. Since Mason is wise, every evening he journeys to the castle to teach the king and his men a lesson. As he was headed down the high road of Treasure Falls, he ran into Tink, one of the local town merchants.
Hi, Tink. What you have in your wagon today?
Not my usual wares, Mason,
said Tink.
I found these peculiar items in the woods, and they have strange markings on them. I'm not sure what they mean.
Strange markings,
replied Mason.
Tink, do you know your letters? That next to you on the seat is an N, and in your wagon is a U. And an S. N-U-S. That doesn't mean anything to me.
Me either, said Tink. But I'm glad you were able to shed a little light on these mysterious things. Okay, Mason, I'm heading into town. Safe travels.
Safe travels to you as well, Tink,
said Mason.
Farewell.
Meanwhile, two of the other quest kids, Noah and Crash, were hanging out on the dried-up Treasure Falls waterfall. Why did the water no longer fall at the waterfall? The story will be told in due time, and it's full of magic, mystery, and wonder. But right now, Noah is trying to convince Crash to do something that Crash knows is not a good idea.
Come on, Crash, just teach me one spell, said Noah. Just one silly spell. Look at this goose. Teach me how to change this goose into gold. Goose and gold. They both start with G, so it should be easy. That isn't really how it works, Noah, said Crash. And it isn't a good idea to try magic without studying and practicing first. Hey, Goose, come back here. Don't you want to be gold? And just because they both start with G doesn't mean you can do a spell, continued Crash. Look, a spell I've been working on this week is changing the condition of an object. Like, do you see the stick right here? I can turn the stick into a torch, because a torch is a stick, but with fire on the end. Okay, that sounds easy enough, said Noah. How's this? A normal stick that is not what I desire. Make this stick be on fire. Nope, that's not even close to a spell, said Crash.
As Mason continued down the road, headed toward the castle, he passed by his friends Noah and Crash.
Hey, Mason, what are you up to?
Said Noah.
I'm heading to the castle to teach the king and his men their lessons. What about you guys? Practicing magic, said Noah. But Crash won't let me turn a goose into gold. I'm trying to explain to Noah that it's not a great idea to try magic without studying and practicing first, said Crash. Oh, Crash is right, said Mason. And even if you are an experienced wizard, the waterfall pools is a mysterious and magical place, and you shouldn't play with magic in already magical places. One goose turning into gold won't hurt anybody.
And then, suddenly from behind the quest kids came a strange, mysterious swirling sound.
What is that sound?
Asked Crash.
I'm not sure, said Mason. Well, let's go take a look, said Noah. We are the quest kids after all. I don't know what you two are so worried about, said Noah. Nothing to be afraid of here.
However, the sound grew louder.
The sound seems to be coming from the water, Noah, cried Mason. Move out of the way.
And then suddenly, a water tornado burst out of the pool of water and pulled Noah into its funnel.
Noah! Looks like you guys were right, cried Noah. I could use some help here, Crash. Use the spell you were talking about earlier to set the pile of logs behind you on fire and then throw the fire at this thing. Okay, Noah, that might work. Let me try. Oh, logs of Treasure Falls, our situation is dire. Please help us now by becoming logs on fire. No, Crash, wait, started Mason. That fire is much too small to do any damage to that giant water tornado.
But Crash couldn't hear Mason over the sound of the water tornado, and he used another spell to throw the fire at the water. And the fire quickly went out.
Oops, that didn't work, said Crash.
Not only did it not work, but it seemed to make the water angry, because a second water tornado suddenly emerged, and this one grabbed Crash.
Crash, cried Mason. Not you too! Think, thought Mason. How can I stop these giant water tornadoes? The fire didn't work. I need something hotter. Much hotter.
And then Mason remembered the mysterious items that Tink had in his wagon.
The letters were arranged N-U-S, thought Mason. But those letters could spell something else. S-U-N. Of course! The sun! Nothing is hotter than the sun. I just need the sun to shine on these water tornadoes.
But it was getting late in Treasure Falls, and the sun was setting fast.
These rocks! Exclaimed Mason. They look to be blocking the sun. If I can get up there in time and move them out of the way, maybe, just maybe, the sunlight will hit these silly water tornadoes and my friends will be free.
So Mason hurried up the steps carved into the side of the mountain, but the sun was fading fast. And as Mason kicked the last rock over the edge of the cliff, beautiful sunlight filled the valley below, causing the water tornadoes to disappear and drop Crash and Noah.
Noah! Crash! Are you okay? Other than being a little wet, we're fine, said Noah. And it looks like I learned my lesson. If me playing with magic makes those things come out, then I think I'll leave the magic to Crash. Magic's great, said Crash, but magic didn't save the day here. It was Mason thinking fast and proving why he is the wise quiz kid. I had a little bit of help, said Mason, from the mysterious items in Tink's wagon and the giant ball of fire in the sky.
Afterwards, Crash and Noah accompanied Mason to the king's castle, where the king and his men were waiting outside.
Hello, Mason,
said the king.
You are usually a very punctual dwarf, but today you're a little late.
Sorry, Your Majesty,
said Mason.
We ran into a little bit of trouble at the waterfall pools.
Oh, I hope everyone is well.
Everyone is fine, sir. However, I have decided to change the topic of our lesson for this evening. I'd like to discuss the power and the importance of the sun. You see, the sun is the closest star to Earth, and all of the other planets in the solar system orbit around it. The sun is very important to Earth because it provides warmth and energy. And the sun is very, very far away from the Earth. 93 million miles away.
Thank you for watching the Quest Kids. In every episode, our team of young heroes will quest for knowledge, adventure, and fun. If you are like Mason and love to learn, then you may be interested in our Quest Kids Treasure School videos. Link to those are on the screen now. And remember, a Quest Kids quest is never done.